What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Anchor series, running a successful business in the world and out of the world. I hope y'all's Holy Week was well. It was a true blessing. This year was definitely different. Was a whole lot more intentional with how I looked at it and the things I read and things that I took in. A lot of great information I learned. If y'all have not yet, go check out We Church. Pastor Devon really dropped awesome Bible study for Holy Week this past week. You can go check it out. I recommend y'all go all the way back to the beginning of the year when he dropped the 21-day fast and just follow that from day one from wherever you're at right now. Since we're talking about how to run a successful business in the world and not of the world, it starts there. That's exactly where it starts. Because when you are in line from top to bottom, everything from left to right starts to line up from you. So the order of events in your life, once you're connected vertically up and down, everything from left to right it just makes sense. It just works out. So we're gonna go ahead and get right into it. I got my guest here that's waiting to come on. So yeah, let's just go ahead and jump right into it. World and not of the world. Right. My boy. What up, man? Man, I'm good. How are
Good. How
you?
you doing?
Cool,
Good.
cool,
Can't
cool.
complain, my guy.
Well, cool, man. Hey, man, I just want to say thank you for jumping on this live session, the Anchor series, how to run a successful business in the world and not of the world. So I appreciate you taking out your time and joining in on this discussion.
No problem. No problem. I feel like God made it in line for us to make it happen. Now I'll be at work
Yeah.
still, or about to getting ready to get off. So it's a good day. So I still got a couple more days, and I'm just relaxing. But hey, it's good that God made the time for me.
Absolutely, man.
So I appreciate
Absolutely,
you having me.
definitely. So I might end up having you repeat some stuff because on my end it sounds like you're breaking up. I don't know how it is for everybody else watching, but it's breaking up. So I might have you repeat some stuff. Uh, Say it again. I didn't catch that.
Did
Repeat it one
too?
more time.
I said,
The
can you
audio
hear me
good.
well? Like, is
It's
my,
just
my
breaking up.
audio
It's a little
okay too?
choppy. Slight delay in it.
Okay.
So
Okay. Gotcha.
before we get into it, before before you introduce yourself, your business and what you do and your name, um, what scripture keeps you anchored when it comes to running a business and following Christ? What scripture keeps you anchored?
A lot of them, but um. That's a lot of them, but
You good? Good. Hey, look,
I'm
like,
sorry, I'm
it really
thinking, man.
get
My
people, man,
bad.
because it is so many different things that you think about in your mind that kind of keeps you there. It's no true one, but if you had one, if you had to pick one, if you had to guess one that really keeps you anchored, which one would that be?
I know, really, main. I honestly like the real one I could come off the top of my head that I remember is um Matthew 6:33. He kingdom of God and his kingdom shall be added unto you. Um, I know that's. I know everybody knows that. I know, like I know, I really got that from being, at Windsor, where we came from. I know it came off of that, but still, it's something that I still personally have to follow myself, and really get through life is literally keeping him first. That's that's kind of like my main priority right now is keeping him first, so that everything, like it says, shall be added unto. And I did that you on this morning, oh well, just now when you saying keeping everything on from top to bottom, so left and right can come together. So that's I know for sure that's the one I can remember right now. I know it's multiple verses, but you know I think that verse alone has a big play in my heart, because I know once I continuously keep God first, everything else shall be added to me. So you know
Facts,
as
facts.
far as
Nah,
right
nah,
now, that's the one I
that's
can
yeah,
remember.
yeah. Nah, that's definitely spot on, man. It starts there before it can go anywhere else. Before you can go lateral, left or right, man. It starts with your connection, your alignment with Christ, man, and seeking Him first, and letting His will be done. So I totally agree. Totally agree, man. So go ahead and introduce yourself, man. Who are you? What you do?
First off, it's on Instagram. My name is Daniel Alexander. Just 25, turned 25 on April 13th. Yeah, I just turned 25 right now. As far as work, I'm a customer service advisor up at NTB National Tire and Battery. know. Um, so I'm doing that full time, um, basically doing sales and and everything. Talking to people all the time. Learning about cars, telling people about cars all the time. What's going on with them. Um, Me personally, my parents they're from Haiti, so I consider myself Haitian, even though I was born here. Yeah, from Haiti, from Southwest Houston, Texas. Been here, born and raised all my life. Ain't moved a muscle. I want to travel, but yeah, just been here all my life. What else? As far as hobbies, I love being active. I play basketball every now and again. What else? Man, it's yeah, but I mean that's really it. I'm fairly a calm, cool, collected, simple guy. Not too much. I'm just real relaxed. So shout out to my sister too. She in the chat. Love you. uh, but yeah, just my two parents, me and my sister. That was us all of our lives. And again, thank God for the people that came in and out of our lives. To help me, to grow me and become the person I am today. So, but yeah, that's really it. Fairly short and simple, but I'm a simple person myself.
Facts,
So
facts. All
that's
right,
it.
man. So I appreciate you sharing that. So on this Anchor series, what we talk about is running a successful business in the world and not of the world. So when you hear that, what does that mean to you? What do you think about when you hear that?
Um, what does that mean to me is that it kind of like explains itself. How it says like, yeah, we're in the world, but not of it. So I think that is that you know what goes on that we do physically, where it pertains to with Christ, every it's not supposed to be, the things that we're doing is not meant to be for the world, like or the things we think that we want, or things that that the thing we need and everything. um Overall, it's not meant to be just a worldly
Yeah.
a worldly vision, if that makes sense. So I get that. I think it's that everything is yeah, we're doing physical form, but something's happening like spiritually that we want people to see. So that's what I think. That's how I at least think. About what that quote is. Basically, we're basically doing something in the physical, but spiritually, we're doing things that can move. A lot. Hopefully, everybody gets to see what we're doing, and the purpose of why we're doing what we're doing. So yeah,
Okay.
that's what I think.
Cool,
That's that
cool.
means.
So let's see. So being an entrepreneur, um, have you ever faced any challenges when it comes to running your business in the world and not of the world? Has there been any challenges and temptations that have come your way?
For sure. Um, I know one thing that hit me a lot was I believe I talked to you about it was like sales, right? I know we all, being retail, we want to make sure everything we put out gets sold, and that, it kind of like that's the objective, right? To make as much as we can. And I think it kind of messed with me a little bit with, one of like the jobs that I had, being transparent, it didn't come out as good as I, wanted to be. Um, but I feel like regardless if it's one or 100, I think the bigger picture is that it's still being put out there. Like the message that I have for Forever Love is still being put out there, regardless of any sale that that's been made. But I know that's been kind of like that more being in a physical or worldly thought rather than looking at it in the spiritual background. So that for sure had was a big temptation on me, and and especially how people viewed what I was doing. I was thinking just in that worldly mindset of how okay, comparing myself to other brands. Yes, we do want to have an example. We want to have somebody to model after, but when it comes to a point where you just want to like solely be like that, or asking why it's your stuff is not like theirs, then I feel like that, and that's what I had to go through, with going through all of this. So yeah, those are some of the temptations and downfalls that I had with
Yeah,
being
I feel
an
like that can come
entrepreneur.
so easy, man, because you see where you want to business, and then you see these other people that's kind of already there, and you will easily start to compare yourself. But one thing we never know is each other's backstory and what it took to get to where that is. Everybody gets there in various different ways. Some people born into it, some people hustle for it, some people fall into it. It's so many different ways, and everybody got their own journey, man. It's like your journey is your journey for whatever is in store for that brand. That's not the same story as Nike. It's not the same story as So definitely, I can understand it coming from what I do. I'm saying, shooting for weddings. You look at the commercials. I'm like looking on TV. I'm like, hey man, why my stuff like that on TV? There's levels to this. But what I do is what I do. The big brands. I work with small business, stay in the lane. Helping small businesses grow, weddings and stuff like that. So easily you can compare yourself, man. Kill your own, kill your own dream trying to compare yourself, missing out on the plans that you have to do. So I definitely understand that I resonate with that for sure, for sure. Yeah. So one thing that's pretty that I take to heart, man. I mean I love your story and why you do what you do. How important is it to have that why or that higher meaning for what you do, what you do business, and not just um, trying to make money, not just trying to make a dollar. Well, I mean, how is that for you? Like the importance, like why do you think it's important? Do you think it's important?
Yeah, I for sure. Well, it gives me chills every time people ask me that. But I think it's important for me is because again, it all goes based off my background. Um, I thought I wasn't loved. I thought I was alone. I went through depression a long time ago, and it wasn't until I gained a closer relationship, or I chose to, actually change, make a greater relationship with God, and knew that that His love is unconditional, regardless of our circumstances or where we come from, how we've done things, and anything from the past. He still has brought us, through each and every way as possible. And we're still making it today. um, so it just, and again, I tell people that, I could tell people my story, but everybody has their own individual, story of how they came through. And I think that just shows what love really is through him, and how he's brought us through each and every. And so, um, I think that is like kind of like the vision of letting people know, letting people know that regardless through anything, uh, that God is right there, still right by your side. He's still gonna love you the same. Still gonna be right there next to you, just through all aspects. Know, we just can't quit. We just can't give up. We still keep our trust in Him. And, and I could attest to myself that, there's been times, again, through that, going back to that temptation, through that battle, me comparing myself to other brands, but, still, regardless of how many times we turn our back to God, He's still going to try to, come grab and reach us. And that's another sign of love. So it's many forms of love that God shows that, nobody really noticed, but, that love right there is crazy. So, and heck, I may not know you could be from another planet, but I still have to show, that same type of love. I can't do it. I'm not God. That's what I'm not saying that. But as far as me doing something, whether if it's something small or big, then that love still has to be the same, throughout the. So that's just where everything. That's how everything started for me. So
Yeah. No, man,
it
that's
right there.
yeah, that's pretty serious, man. I mean, just hearing that, knowing your testimony, your story, why? I mean, I can just imagine, bro. Like that pushes. Correct me if I'm wrong. Does that not push you past those challenging moments in business when it's just like when you say you did a drop and it didn't go the way you thought it was? Uh, it may be slow. I mean, I can only imagine something like that, man. Just keeps you to move forward, because it's more than just the money. It's more than just the dollar and building this financial empire, but to truly push that message, man. And that needs to be heard. That needs to be heard everywhere.
Yeah, for sure. And like it's been recently, like I've been having like with my closest friends, like I've been having like situations to where it's something going on with them that need or vice versa with me, and we all showed each other like not a it's nothing to go pick you up when something's happening, or or like just literally with anything. I've had situations lately to where um I've been shown that there's people out here that genuinely loves me, and they know me, of course, but still, like, regardless of any situation, if they're down, I'm there. Like, if I'm down, they're there for me. So I've been in that kind of situation right now with other people being in situations where I could show my type of love to them. It doesn't have to be it doesn't always have to be giving somebody money, or just it's just active kindness. And for me, I think that's what we all need to do, right? It's show active kindness, you know, towards anybody, even if we don't know them, So, but I feel like once you get that closer relationship with God, and get aligned, like we mentioned earlier, then God is going to show you what you need to do, and how to go about, let your Holy Spirit lead you.
Yeah, for
So,
sure.
but yeah.
So, if you have any advice to anybody that's in the industry that you're in the business that you're in, anybody that's starting to say, "Hey, I want to model after Forever Love," any advice that you can any entrepreneurs that is doing what it is that you're doing?
The advice I would give, I mean, I know first thing is just start. For some reason, like I know people like have a problem with just like how do I do this, do that, do that. I could tell you, but it's like I feel like you have to put your foot forward and just go ahead and start. And I feel like that's gonna lead to repetition. So I know like the first thing for me, if I would tell somebody is just start. And again, being running a business in the world but not of it, I say pray for sure. See what God wants you to do, how you want to go about maneuvering it as well. Um, but yeah, for sure, I say for sure just start and pray. Those are like kind of like the main two, because and also I feel like you should have a blueprint. I wish I would have started like that, but I just went on and started and did what just go forward, because again for me it was just a thought, and I went on and just try to get it out as quick as possible, or at least see it on a shirt. Once I saw my first shirt, and I was like, oh, that's real, like and but yeah, as for me, I say just start, pray on it, and see where God takes you from
Okay.
there.
Yeah, man. Definitely, man. That's something that Michelle said last week. Was definitely, as soon as you have that idea or that vision that God has given you to start this business, bathe it in prayer, get the direction and the guidance on what to do, and blessing you with these gifts and these talents, and He bless you with one, bring it back with two. It's like the parable. We just week, and that's something we
Yeah,
learned about, in the parable. Jesus was
yeah,
saying how, some of these people was blessed with 5, 10 talents, and you got some that returned it double, and you got the one who just hit it and brought back. So the way you can do that to understand, take your business, like you just said, pray, pray about the business, and that's what that's the whole thing about what we talk about here on Anchor. Running the business, running a successful business in the world, not of the world, is making God your CEO. He gave you the gifts, He gave you the talent, He gave you the idea. So take it back to Him and ask what He wants you to do with it. So
right.
for sure, man. Man, I appreciate you coming on, talking about this, running a business in the world and out of the world. The advice that you've given, definitely appreciate that, man. I know it's definitely going to help somebody out who's looking to be in the position that you are in, start their brand. So yeah, appreciate that, man. I'll drop on here in the description, because this is going on YouTube as well. So I'll drop in there where people can purchase from you, where they can push the message. Because every time y'all purchase one of his clothing, y'all are pushing the message of forever love, that you are forever love. So y'all definitely spread the word. Sow the seed to spread the word. Definitely support.
Thank you, man. Appreciate everything that you are doing. This is something different, to some out the box. So I again want to thank God for you. For giving you the vision, pressing on upon it, and I I decree that it's gonna be bigger, a bigger platform, just in bigger areas and ways that you didn't even imagine. Especially for their film company as well. I pray that we talked about it, that it grows into something that you can't even imagine, bro. So I appreciate you, dearly, my brother, and we just thank God for just everything that's going on. But again, everything will be in the description. He already gonna put it there. Follow me at shop_forever_love. Follow my personal at I am Daniel.Alexander.
Cool. All right.
Yeah,
Look,
thank
bro.
y'all, man.
Enjoy your day. Enjoy the rest of your time off, man. Again, I appreciate you, man. It'll be on YouTube later on tomorrow. That way you can do what you do with it. All right, man. Love you,
Okay,
dog.
I appreciate that, boss.
Peace.
All right, love you too. Thank you.
All right, y'all. Running a successful business in the world and not of the world. And stuff like that. Because that he said. Well, first, let's get started. Just started having a blueprint. That's the thing about this. You know, somebody has done it before you, and I know a lot of people don't like to share that. A lot of people they make it, and then it's like, oh, you got to figure it out. I mean, I get it. I believe in it because it's some stuff that I make my son just do. You got to think for yourself. But it's nothing like having that parent, that mentor, that coach, somebody to lead you along the way on which path to think. You know, not everybody just, some people have these ideas, they don't know where to go with their business and how to start it. So definitely having that blueprint, whether it's getting a mentor, getting a business coach, because they're going to teach you these things that you didn't know about. Like last week, if y'all didn't see last week's episode with Michelle, go watch that. She talked about protecting your intellectual property, which is so key. There are people who watch you build your business, watch you build your brand, and legally take it from you because you didn't legally protect yourself. So, like he said, get the blueprint. Get with somebody who has did this, who's doing this, who has done it. Somebody that you trust, and then go from there. But that's what we talk about on this Anchor series: how to successfully run a business in the world and not of the world. So again, this is going to be on the YouTube later on tomorrow. You can check this one out, but definitely go back to last week's episode, man. It's full of gems. I'm still picking up some of the stuff she put down. I promise you, it's gonna help you. If you didn't know, you're gonna know, and if you did know, it's gonna be refreshing. So hopefully, the stuff that she mentioned last week, you done already done. So, hey, I appreciate each and every one of y'all for hopping on, checking out the Anchor series. We're gonna be back next week with our next guest on how to successfully run a business in the world, not of the world. All right, man. I love y'all. Y'all be blessed.